Okay, now let me make this clear. This is ECW and this is WWE's version of ECW. ECW, WWE ECW. If you look very closely, you can actually see a small difference. It actually took me a while, but I don't think these are the same thing. The point is, WWE's ECW was shit. Not the shit, it was bad. You're watching top 5 worst things about WWE's ECW. Number 5, the crowd. One of the things that separated ECW from the WWE and WCW was the crowd. In WWE and WCW, you would get a lot of different crowds, different types of people. There are adults, children, teenagers, and goblins. Not quite sure about that one. Either way, in ECW, you always got that extreme crowd. ECW's crowd was ruthless. Even in the first ECW's reunion, you got chants like "fuck you, Cena." And in WWE's version of ECW, the crowd was saying stuff like, well, actually, it was so boring, I think none of the people said something. It's kinda sad. Number 4, not a lot of big names. When the ECW reunited, at first you got big ECW originals like Tommy Dreamer, Rob Van Dam, Sabu, and Sandman. Unfortunately, after a while, the only big name they had from the original ECW was Tommy Dreamer. The wrestlers were not happy with the new ECW and they left the company. And later, literally the only 2 big names were Christian and Shelton Benjamin, who are not associated with ECW in any way. And we will get to the roster later. Number 3, the ECW title didn't meant shit. So we had 3 brands in the WWE: Raw, SmackDown, ECW. SmackDown was the second brand and ECW was the third brand. And what was sad about it is that the Intercontinental Championship meant more than the ECW Championship. Should I remind you that the last ECW champion is Ezekiel Jackson? Doesn't sound very good actually. So the only good champion at the new ECW I can think of is actually Christian, who is actually one of my favorites of all time, top 5, top 4, top 3, top 2, maybe, I don't know. But either way, when he won the World Heavyweight Championship, none of the people actually mentioned that he once was the ECW World Champion. Like, that title didn't mean crap. And here's the reason. Number 2, what is this roster? Before we jump to the new ECW, let's take a look at the previous original ECW roster. You got names like Tommy Dreamer, Sabu, Taz, Sandman, Eddie Guerrero, Raven, Mick Foley, Rob Van Dam, Rhino, Chris Jericho, Rey Mysterio, Terry Funk, and the list goes on. But if you look at the latest of the new WWE's ECW, you can see a little bit of difference. Tommy Dreamer, pretty good. Christian, awesome. Jack Swagger, good. Mark Henry, Vladimir Kozlov, Ezekiel Jackson, Zack Ryder. Oh wait, there is a big name. Oh, it's just Yoshitatsu. Not sure if ECW or the new episode of Superstars with big names like Dreamer, Christian, and Benjamin. This show is just sad. Well, at least you got Yoshitatsu. And the number 1 reason why ECW was a complete failure is that it wasn't extreme. No, seriously, it really wasn't extreme. So the brand is named Extreme Championship Wrestling. Championships? Check. Wrestling? Check. Extreme? Well, if handicap match with Vladimir Kozlov and William Regal versus Christian is extreme, then check. In my world though, it's not. How can you have Extreme Championship Wrestling without any extreme matches? And they would actually even stop at pay-per-views. If someone is bleeding, they would stop, at freaking ECW match. You don't have to bleed in every single freaking match, but at least do, I don't know, chairs match, tables match, ladders match. None of the matches were extreme. Just like I said, it was an episode of Superstars with the name of ECW. So WWE killed ECW. Thanks for watching. I know that I look tired, I haven't slept a lot, but that's not a big deal. That's actually how I look after every episode of Raw. Except Chris Jericho segments. Oh, the Chris Jericho segments. Let me know in the comments below, did you enjoy WWE's version of ECW? Make sure to follow me on Twitter right here. It really helps. I need 5,000 followers so we will get t-shirts of TheGReatone. I have nearly 3,000, so if every single one of you would help me, that would be priceless. The Great One, peace, love and hugs. It's been a pleasure.